I need the camera on. Right, fantastic. Guys, before we start the session, I would like one or two of you to introduce yourself. Give me a quick background as to who you are, why you are here, and why you want to become a better speaker. Malinder, can we start with you? Can you unmute yourself? Give me a quick introduction.
Yeah, hi. My name is Malinder. I'm living in Canada, but I still feel like I'm not confident enough to deliver a public speaking. And even though I understand most of the English words and grammar parts, but it's sometimes I'm struggling to articulate myself when I'm delivering this speech. So I'd like to improve that one. And I saw your video, and I feel like this would be a great opportunity for me to participate. And yeah, that's about myself. Thank you.
Absolutely. Very nice to have you here, Malinder. You seem to be speaking very well, but yes, there is always room for improvement. I'm very glad you're here, and this is definitely going to be a fantastic opportunity. All right, great.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Who else is here? Koshi, can you give me an introduction about yourself?
I'm Kaushila. I'm from Ragala. Uh, I wanted to speak as fluent, but I know write and read everything, but I can't speak fluently. That's why I joined this course.
Fantastic. Very nice to have you here. Even you seem to be speaking quite well, but there is always that fear, there is always that nervousness. And trust me, that's something I can help you overcome. Don't worry. Very nice to have you here. One more person. Jeromine, what about you? Can you give a quick introduction about yourself?
uh, Public speaking quality because I run out of words when I become nervous. So, in order to break that, I joined this session.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Very nice to have you here, Jeromine. And I guarantee this lack of vocabulary is just a lack of practice. And practice is what I do in my training program. All right. Very nice to have you here. Okay, guys, we'll
Thank
get
you.
started with the session. I will mute you for now, but whenever I need a response, I will either ask you to unmute yourself or I will ask you to put your answers into the chat box. Okay, great. Guys, in this webinar, I'm going to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that is keeping you back, that is holding you back from becoming a confident speaker. If you can fix these 5 things, Alia, if you can fix these 5 things, you can become the most confident speaker that you have ever been. Nandalal, I hope I'm very clear to you. Okay, I'm going to give you a plan on how to fix this within the next 4 months. And most importantly, now I know not all of you will join my paid program, and that's fine. But even in today's free session, I want to give you so much value. I'm going to teach you what are the 3 things that will make you the best speaker ever. I'm also going to teach you a structure that you can use to structure any speech that you are going to give in your life. Once you learn this structure, you will never have to learn another structure again. So I want you to stay till the very end of this session because once you cover everything that I have to teach, trust me, there is going to be so much value that you take away from the session. Malinda, I hope I'm clear. Let's move on. Okay, I want to know one simple thing. I want to know one simple thing, and that is why do you want to learn how to speak well? Guys, for a lot of people, they want to learn how to speak well because they don't want to be embarrassed in front of other people. When you stand up at a board meeting, when you have to do a presentation, when you have to do a keynote speech, when you have to speak in school, you don't want to go, it's so bad. It's so bad when you get stuck. You don't want to feel embarrassed. That's why some of you say that, okay, I don't have the right vocabulary. I don't have the right flow of thoughts. I feel nervous. I feel scared. All of these problems is because you don't want to be embarrassed in front of other people. But there are some of you here that are there or that are here for a bigger purpose. You want to earn more money. If you can speak well, you can face interviews better. You can make sales calls better. You can do pitches. You can persuade people in a better way. You can motivate your employees. You can be a better manager. All of that directly links to you earning more money. So I want to know why you are here. Can you put your answer in the chat box? I want to know your answer in the chat box. Guys, there's what, 60, 70 people. There's close to about 100 people here. I want to know why you are here. If you're just here to waste time, leave. There's no point in you being here. Do you understand what I mean? You have to leave. There is no point. I only want to work with people. I only like to teach people who are motivated. You have to be motivated by something. Either you want to do well in your life, you want to succeed in your career, you want to make more money, you want to be a corporate leader. I want to know why. I don't want 2 responses on the group. I want 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 responses coming in. So don't waste your time, don't waste my time. Have a clear goal, have a clear plan, have a clear path. Great. Someone says, I want to face IELTS. Very nice to have you here. Someone says, for my personal growth. Sinesh says, hi, brother. Hi to you too. Isuru, career growth, struggling to speak. I want to be more confident when public speaking, better communication, become a good manager. Good. Guys, why is there only 20 responses? I want 30, 40, 50. There's 100 people here. I want 100 responses. Don't be lazy. Don't come here to waste your time. There's no point. Right? If you're here to waste your time, if you're here to waste my time, you need to leave. If you're serious, if you want to become a better communicator, then I want you to stay and I want you to tell me why you want to improve your communication skills. Very good. Very good. Okay, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people that join these free webinars. Now, this was a relatively small webinar. This is a very small webinar that I'm doing because I have a few free spots in my paid program. So I want to get a few people to enroll. That's it. That's why I'm doing this webinar. Usually we have about 300, 400 people joining, right? And over the past 5 years, in these free webinars, for free, I have taught more than, I would say, 8,000, 9,000 people, right? And do you know what I have seen in most of these people? Koshi, do you know what I have seen? A lot of people, when they join on this first day, they're so motivated. Jeromine, you're so motivated. You want to learn. You're here to learn. You want to improve your communication. Malinda, you want to improve your vocabulary. You want to speak better. Senaratna, what happens after 1 month? Senaratna, what happens after 1 month? You have family commitments. You have work. You get stressed. You have children. You have a job. You have your degree. And you lose that motivation. I have seen this happen to so many people. The best example, and I think the example you will all relate to, is look at how many people join the gym at the beginning of every year. It's everybody's New Year resolution to get fit. January, gym is full. I hate going to the gym in January. It's so full. Everybody is there. Every Halapaya, Tom, Dick, and Harry, everybody's there. All the fat people, thin people, mediocre people, they're all there. Fat people are there to lose weight. Thin people are there to gain weight. Mediocre people, I don't know why they're there. And then what happens? February comes, the fat people stop coming. March, the thin people stop coming. April, the mediocre people stop coming. And by May, only the people with a serious goal are still going to the gym. That's how life works. That's how our mind works. So I want you to have a clear goal. When I started this year, I was 92 kilos. I was fat and ugly. And I wanted to reduce 22 kilos by the end of this year. I wanted to drop down to 70 kilos. Started in January at 92. I'm 78 now. I'm going to drop to 70 by the end of this year. Guaranteed. I have no doubt in my mind. Why? Because I have a clear goal and I work hard for that goal every single day. If you want to become a better speaker, if you want to be a good communicator, I want you to have a clear goal. Without this goal, that's why I said, without this goal, you're just wasting your time. You should not spend 2 hours here. Clear? So I want only the people who are serious to stay on. So let me give you a quick introduction about myself. Guys, I'm Sheshan Dias. You can call me Sheshan or you can call me Sir, whichever you prefer. That's totally fine. Guys, when I started off as a speaker, I was just going through some of my old videos today. Back when I started posting in 2019, actually 2017 was the first time I worked as a public speaking trainer, intern trainer. I was just after O-levels. And I don't know why this company hired me. They hired me as an intern to help their other trainers with public speaking coaching. And I was looking at some of the videos that I had done in 2017. My speaking was so bad. I used to say, so guys, this is what we are going to speak about today. And it was so bad. I couldn't speak. I used to get stuck. I used to get nervous. When I was growing up, I started off in Sinhala medium, right? Fortunately, my mother, what she did was she dragged me by the ear and she put me into English medium, and she also got me to do English theater. This is where I started to grow my confidence, because when I was studying in Sinhala medium, I used to be so scared of the students in the English medium section. I wouldn't talk to them. I was scared to speak to them. And whenever there was a function at school where you had to compare, you had to give a speech, they always chose the English medium students. So I never got the chance to speak in front of a big crowd. Then I started doing theater. This was the best decision my parents ever made for me. I started performing in front of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. At first, I was really bad. The first public show I did, I was sharing. So I was playing one of the lead roles and I was sharing that role with another actor. It was a better actor, better singer. And Malinda, the day before the performance, our director told me that he regrets giving me that role. He should have given the role completely to the other person. I was in grade 9. Do you know how bad that feels? When you're in grade 9 and your teacher tells you that he regrets giving you the role. You know what? 2 years later, I got nominated for Best Supporting Actor. 4 years later, in 2018, I got nominated for Best Actor at the Inter-School Shakespeare Drama Competition. I hate giving up. I hate having people tell me I can't do something. When I started off this YouTube channel, when I started off as a teacher, as a trainer, as a lecturer, everybody told me not to do it. When I first joined Gold FM as a news presenter, I gave up an internship and a clear career pathway at Mars Holdings so that I could come and do this news presenting at Gold FM. Everybody told me there's no money in teaching. Everybody told me it's not a career for a man. There's so many different problems, issues, negative ideas that they put across to me. But today, I have 5 years of experience as a professional news presenter. I am one of the best or one of the leading compeers for weddings in Sri Lanka. I do a lot of wedding comparing in Sri Lanka. I have a YouTube channel that is doing more than 13,000 or 14,000 plus subscribers on YouTube, 100,000 plus subscribers on TikTok, and 18,000 plus followers on Instagram. We have built a massive following, a massive business on social media. Every single batch that we do, I have been teaching now for the last 7 years, right? And over the last 7 years, I have trained corporates, I have trained universities, I have trained schools, and I run my own academy called the Success Academy, where I have helped 300 plus students get band 7 plus scores for the IELTS exam. 500 plus students who were not able to speak English. I have trained their communication to speak English confidently. And public speaking is what I do. Public speaking is my forte. Nadi, do you understand? Anyone that is scared, anyone that is nervous, anyone that feels fear, anyone that doesn't have the right vocabulary, anyone that goes every time they see a crowd, I help you get rid of that fear. This I can guarantee. How can I guarantee it? Because I have done it for 800 plus people. I will show you some testimonials throughout this session. There are people that join my batch, that join my program with the same problems that you listed out, which is they're scared when they see a crowd. They are afraid to speak to their team. I got one of the top corporate leaders. I'll show you his testimonial in just a bit. He's the vice president of Eco Hotels and Resorts, and he's the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority president. When he joined our program, he had to deliver a speech in front of 1,500 people, including foreign delegates, tourists, and so on. He joined the class with the sole purpose of learning how to deliver that speech. It was live streamed. It went on media channels. And at the end of the program, he was successfully able to deliver that speech confidently. He got rid of the fear. Earlier, he was going to turn it down, but I helped him get rid of that fear, because that is what I can guarantee I can do for you, right? Guys, I'm also qualified in this space. I'm not just someone with a lot of experience. I have 7+ years of experience. But I'm also qualified as a public speaking trainer. I have my licentiate from the University of West London, and I have my associate in public speaking from Trinity College London. And I'm also qualified as a teaching English as a foreign language teacher from the World TESL Academy. So I know exactly what I'm doing. I have the experience. I have been doing this for the past 7 years. Plus, I have the qualifications to be able to do it. It's with all that knowledge that I have put together my 4-month training program. I will tell you more about this program later, because I don't like to talk about the program too much before I give you value. So if you like the value I give, you can register for my paid program. I will also be sending you my public speaking book that I have written. I will send this across to you once the session is done. Guys, I want you to tell me. Now, I spoke to 3 people, but I want everybody to tell me what is holding you back from becoming a confident speaker. I want you to put a message into the chat box. Are you scared? Are you nervous? Do you not have the right vocabulary? Are you afraid of what other people will have to say? I want to know your reason. Tell me your reason. Why are you scared, or what is holding you back from becoming a confident speaker? I want responses. Sonali, I want a response. Charuka, I want a response. Someone says nervous and lack of vocabulary. Good. Vocabulary. Good. Nervous and shy. Very good. I don't have good vocabulary, grammar and tensors. I take time to think. Social anxiety. My mind is always trying to translate. Okay, I'm a bit nervous. I'm so scared. Nervous. Okay. This is great. This is great. Why do I say this is great? Senaratna, these are common problems, easy problems, simple problems to fix, right? I will tell you how to fix these problems as we move along. But all of you guys are not saying anything different, which is amazing. Y'all are not giving me a new problem, which is fantastic, right? All of these, I want you to know, you're not alone. You are not alone. Everybody, more than 8,000 students that I have taught have had these same problems. Koshi, if you can think of a different problem, you can tell me. Right? There are no different problems. Clear? So I want to know if you are ready. Can you say yes in the chat box if you are ready to start? I want you to say yes if you are motivated. I want you to say yes if you are ready. I want you to say yes if you are ready to take a decision that is going to change your life. Very simple. All right, fantastic. I love the yeses. I love the enthusiasm. Let's go ahead. What is public speaking? I want an answer to this question. This is a very simple question. This is why you are here. Can I have someone answering this question? Let me ask this from Priyashantini. Or I hope I'm saying your name right. Priyashantini. Am I correct? Correct? Not correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, correct.
Very good. What is public speaking? What are you here to learn?
Um, I think if I know something, we should deliver to the audience in an understanding way.
Speaking to a crowd to help them understand what you are saying. Very good. I like that. Public speaking,
Yeah.
very simply, is speaking to a crowd. But guys, every time you speak to a crowd, that is not a good public speech. You need to have 3 key ingredients to make a good public speech. You need to have a clear message. You need to have a structure. And you need to have an objective. Is that clear? A public speech is the process of delivering a speech to a live audience in a structured way in order to achieve one of these objectives: inform, entertain, persuade, or demonstrate. I will give you a very clear example. What am I doing today? I'm delivering a speech. For the next 1.5 hours, I'm going to deliver a speech. Is this speech structured? Of course. Of course it's structured. That's why I have a slide deck. I know exactly what I'm going to say in every minute of the next 1.5 hours. What is my objective? To inform, educate. I want you to learn something from this webinar. And I'm also going to persuade you to join my program. Those are my 2 main objectives today. Right? If Gehan Block and Dino Correa, right, Block and Dino, have you all heard of Block and Dino? If they did a stand-up comedy show and they tried to educate people, Pirashantini, will you be happy if Block and Dino tried to come and educate you? No. You will be like, I paid money for nothing. Because you want them to entertain you. Clear? Guys, whenever we deliver a speech, we need to have a clear objective in mind. Most people just come and talk for the sake of talking. Hello, everyone. Today I'm here. They don't have an objective. They don't have a clear idea as to what they want from their audience. Guys, the main objective or the main purpose of a public speech is to get your audience to understand your message and take positive action regarding that message. You have to understand what I am saying and you have to take positive action regarding that message. If I can inspire you to go home and speak better, practice how to be a better speaker, then I have succeeded as a speaker. Jerome, do you understand? Heshinta, if you join my class, then I have been successful as a persuasive speaker. Do you understand what I mean? I have been successful as a persuasive speaker. So Heshinta, if I don't see you in my class next week, I will find you. I'm joking. All right. But in order to be a confident speaker, in order to be a good speaker, you have to be able to convince people to take action regarding your message. Malinda, when politicians get on stage, when Mahinda Rajapaksa gets on stage and he speaks to his audience, when he speaks to his people, what does he want people to do? Vote for him or Namal Rajapaksa at the election. Right? He was successful 3 times. Once before the war, once after the war, and once when he brought his brother to power. So is he a successful speaker or not? In Sri Lankan history, he is one of the most successful speakers. Go and listen to him talk. You will want to vote for him. Do you understand what I mean? He's that good of a speaker, right? Guys, in order for a speech to be successful, a speaker needs to do or have 3 things: ethos, pathos, and logos. What is ethos, pathos, and logos? Guys, these are 3 Greek words. I hope all of you have heard of the Greek philosopher Socrates. A Greek philosopher existed back in ancient days called Socrates. And Socrates said, for any public speech to be successful, to be powerful, for people to be able to move an audience, they need 3 things. Number 1, they need ethos. What is ethos? Let me ask you a question. If you were going to go and learn about how to invest your money, would you go to a lecture conducted by Dhammika Pereira or Kasun Pereira? Nobody knows who Kasun Pereira is. Dhammika Pereira or Kasun Pereira? Can you put your answer in the chat box? If someone says Kasun Pereira, you need to leave this meeting. Right? It's Dhammika Pereira. Right? Everyone with a brain is going to go to Dhammika Pereira. Why? Because DP is the richest man or one of the richest men in Sri Lanka. Who knows better than Dhammika Pereira how to invest money? Nobody. Definitely not Kasun Pereira. Right? Definitely not Kasun Pereira. Why do we go to Dhammika? Because he has credibility. He has credibility. When I started this session, I told you what I have done. I told you my experience. I spoke about my qualifications. Why did I do that? Because I wanted you to know that I am not just some random guy who runs Facebook ads. I can run Facebook ads. Anyone can run Facebook ads. But if you are going to make a choice as to who you are going to learn from, it has to be someone with credibility. And if I just started this session without telling you, hey, I have the qualifications, I have the experience, I have taught this many students, that immediately gives me credibility over anyone else in this market. Do you understand what I mean? When you have to speak in front of a crowd, you have to ask yourself, do I have the credibility to speak in front of this audience? Do I have the education? Do I have the experience? Or at the very least, have I done the right research to speak about this topic correctly? A lot of people feel nervous or anxious or scared to speak in front of a crowd because they feel like they are not good enough. Right? Why do you feel that you are not good enough? Number 1, you probably don't have the qualifications to speak about a specific topic. Even if you do have the qualification, you probably don't have the right experience. Let's say you don't have both of these things, but you still want to speak about a topic. At the very least, you need to have done 10 hours of research about this topic to be able to speak on it without getting stuck. If you can do those 3 things, have qualifications, experience, or research, you won't have to feel scared up here in your brain when you speak in front of an audience. I'll give you the best example for this. Okay, Amanda, I'm going to give you the best example for this. If Okay, think of your school teachers. All right, Amanda, I want you to think of the best school teacher that you've ever had. Right? The best school teacher. This teacher is not scared to speak in front of 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 students. Malinda, am I right? A good teacher is not scared to speak in front of their students. Right? Why? Because the teacher knows she's smarter than those 80 little brats in her class. Right? She has more education, she has more experience, she has the qualifications, she has everything. But put her in front of 150 parents at an assembly. Now what happens? That same teacher who is very confident, who is very assertive in the classroom, is now shy, is nervous, is scared. Why? She thinks, oh, what if there's a doctor here? What if there's an engineer here in this audience? What if there's a very rich businessman here? Will they care about my message? Will they laugh at me? Will they think this about me? Will they... Do you understand what happens to your brain? When you put yourself on that pedestal and think, hey, I have the qualifications, I have the experience, then your brain tells you, people will want to listen to my message. If people don't listen to your message, you get angry. Teachers get angry. I get angry when people don't listen to me because I genuinely believe my message is valuable. But when you get up in front of those 350 parents, now you feel, what can I tell them that they don't already know? I don't think my message is good enough. I don't think that's what starts running in your head. So in order to be a good speaker, the number one thing is you have to ask yourself, do I have credibility to speak on this topic? If it's in your job, if you have to deliver a business presentation, if you have to do a sales meeting, if you have to speak to your team, in all of those situations, guys, you have experience, you have the qualifications. Otherwise, you will not have that job. So always train your mind to think that you are credible and people will get value from what you say. Clear? I want you to have a look at this testimony.
Hi, I'm Nihal Mohandiram, the Vice President, Eco Hotels and Resorts. I need to tell this specifically. I joined Success Academy about 2 months ago. Actually, this was recommended by my wife. I'm a person who does a lot of public speaking. In the sense, I used to talk to my team. But I always realized that there are a lot that I need to learn and correct. So that's why I joined this Success Academy. So during these 2.5 months, I learned, I must say, a lot of things. So still I'm practicing and I'm doing that. And if I have to recommend to anyone, not any other thing, it is the Success Academy, and join with Seshan Dias, and he's the best trainer for you to look for. Thank you very much.
When this guy joined, he couldn't speak to save his life. In front of a crowd, he used to get nervous, he was scared, he was worried. Guys, he ended up coming on our podcast first. I brought him onto the podcast. He had a very chilled, relaxed conversation with me in English, completely in English. He was able to deliver that speech I told you about as he completed the program. Fantastic. He had such a big improvement by the end of my 4 months, and he was able to completely transform his life because of the power of good communication, of public speaking. The second most important thing that makes or breaks a speaker is pathos. First one is ethos. Second one is pathos. What is pathos? I want you to remember this one thing. Even if you don't take anything from this session today, I want you to take home this one thing. Nadi, I don't care whether you remember everything I say. I want you to remember this one thing, pathos. Your speech is horrible without stories. I want you to remember that. Whenever Nandalal, whenever you are preparing a speech, I want you to think in your head, my speech is horrible if I don't have stories. Stories does not mean once upon a time, this is what I did. No. Stories means examples. In every speech, in every situation, when you're motivating your team, when you're making a sales pitch. Now, for example, I'll give you an example of a sales pitch, right? If I was speaking to a student who wanted to join, let's say, a public speaking program or an IELTS program, I won't just say, join my IELTS program. This is the price. Join it now. I'll tell them a story of my past students who were struggling to speak in English, who worked hard and through my training was able to get a band 6+, 7+ score at the IELTS exam. I will tell them, hey, these guys started at the exact same position as you guys or as you. And if he was able to get through, there is no reason why you can't get through this program. That example goes into the head of that student. He starts to think, oh, wow, this guy has done it before. This guy has helped students who couldn't speak get through the IELTS exam. That means he might be able to do it for me too. Who are the best storytellers in the world? I want you to put a message in the chat box. Who are the best storytellers in the world? I get some great answers for this question when I ask it. Some people say their mother, grandmother. Who are the best storytellers in the world? Can you put an answer into the chat box? Sena Ratna got the correct answer. Okay, guys, you can't answer correctly because then I can't say you're wrong and give the correct answer. Guys, the best storytellers in the world are politicians. They will do all the terrible things under the sun. Murder, corruption, stealing, everything. Tax evasion, everything. And then they will get on the podium in front of thousands of people and sound like saints and get the whole country to vote for them. Look at all the politicians in our country. Look at all the politicians abroad. Look at Donald Trump, the most powerful man in the world and one of the best speakers in the world. When he was the president, he was impeached. The second time he was running for office, he had so many lawsuits against him. I remember reading an article that said he had close to about 50+ lawsuits against him. And he still convinced the most advanced first world country to make him their leader. What a fantastic guy. Right? I don't know about his politics. I can't comment on his business. All I can say is, as a speaker, he is one of the best speakers in the world. If not, he can't be president of the best country in the world. Look at all the presidents we've had in Sri Lanka. All of them are talkers, right? Look at our current president, Mr. Dissanayaka. Great speaker, fantastic speaker. Look at the guy before that, Ranil Wickremesinghe. Unfortunately, he could never become president of votes. But he's still one of the best speakers in Sri Lanka. Best lawyers, best speakers. Look at Mahinda Rajapaksa. Even Maithripala Sirisena, as a president, he was one of the most horrible presidents. But to get to that position, he still beat the greatest speaker in Sri Lankan presidential history, Mahinda Rajapaksa. Look at R. Premadasa. Look at J.R. Jayawardena. Look at Chandrika Bandaranayaka. All of these people are fantastic speakers. And if you look at all their speeches, they are fantastic storytellers. How do you know they are storytellers? If I tell you the name of a president, you all know what they are famous for. Anura Kumar, what is he famous for? Equality for everybody and get rid of corruption. Am I right? That was his political slogan. Right? Anyone from the Rajapaksha family? Namal, Gotabaya, Mahinda, all of them, what is their slogan? Security. We will have no more war in Sri Lanka, no more bombs will go off. Security. That's their story. Correct? Maithripala. He will change the country in 100 days. 100 days are still ongoing. 100 days are still ongoing, right? But that's their story. Do you understand? They all come. Amina, do you understand? What are you known for? Are you known for 100 days? You have to ask yourself when you deliver a speech, what is your take-home message for people? Is that clear? And finally, you have logos. Logos is the facts, the statistics, the points that you bring out in your speech. The data, the logical argument that you have in a speech. A speech can survive without factual data, as politicians have shown us again and again and again and again. None of their statistics are true, right? But it cannot survive without stories. Look at the smart politicians in this country. A lot of the really good ones don't get a lot of popularity because they speak facts. They speak real points. But unfortunately, most of them don't have a good storytelling ability. And so they get lost in the crowd. Right? When you're doing business, when you're working in the corporate sector, this is very important because without having the right facts, the right statistics, the right data, the right information, the corporate sector will not take you seriously. But a lot of people have this. I get a lot of people from the IT sector, for example, joining our classes, and they are able to get to a good position in the IT sector because of their IT knowledge, their technical knowledge. Malinda, do you understand? But the moment they become a manager, the moment they become a tech lead, now they come for our public speaking classes. Why? Because in order to be a leader, in order to be a manager, in order to talk to people, you need to be able to tell good stories. Without telling good stories, without bringing in good examples, without communicating clearly, all your points, facts, and statistics, your technical knowledge is not going to get you to the top. And that's the reality. So when you combine credibility, stories, and facts, ethos, pathos, and logos, you can structure a great speech. And who better to put for this slide deck than the greatest speaker of all time? How to structure a winning speech. Guys, before I go here, do you have any questions from what I just taught? Ethos, pathos, and logos. Does anybody have any questions? You can put your hand up and I will give you the chance. Or you can put your question into the chat box if you have a question. If not, I'm going to move on to the next section, which is how to structure speech. If it is clear, can you put a thumbs up into the chat box so that I know it's clear? Otherwise, Heshita, what happens is the reason people don't have questions is either because they understood everything or Senaratna, they understood nothing, which is a problem. So if you understood what I'm saying, I want you to say yes or clear in the chat box. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Everybody has understood everything. Fantastic. Guys, structure of a winning speech. I want you to take this home. I want you to write this down. I want you to remember this. I never want you to forget this because you don't have to join any other public speaking webinar ever in your life. This is the number one structure that you will need to deliver a speech. If you are called to be the chief guest at an event, if you are the keynote speaker at an event, if you want to deliver a presentation, if you have to speak in front of a group of children, if you have to speak in front of a group of adults, this is the number one structure. Clear? Okay. How do most people start an introduction? How do most people start a speech? Most people start a speech like this. I'll give you an example again. I went to school for 13 years. Okay. Just like most of you, I went to school for 13 years. I had 4 different principals during that time. In my 13 years of school, I had 4 different principals. Okay. Heshita, you can tell me if I'm correct or wrong. Now it's been about 10 years since I left school. Right. And Vinodi, there have been another 3 principals in my school after I left school. But I can tell you how all 7 of those principals start their speeches. Okay, how do they start? A very good morning, Reverend Fathers, Reverend Sisters, members of the tutorial staff, members of the non-tutorial staff, and my dear boys. When they start the speech like that, we have either pretended to faint so we can go to the sick room and sleep, or we have jumped out of the assembly and gone to the grounds to play football, or we are taking bets as to how long the principal is going to speak so that the one who gets the closest bet gets food from everyone else. Right? Even in corporate settings, there are so many instances. I compare dinner dancers, I compare a lot of weddings, and in all of these, when people are called to give a speech, this is how they start. They start by greeting the audience. And honestly, guys, this is what 99.9% of people do, and it's not bad. I'm not saying it's wrong. But if 99.9% of people are doing it, it gets a little boring when you have to listen to it. Right? So when you are delivering a speech, try to do something a little different. Another great example I can give you is, I don't know how many of you are into digital marketing or content creation. In content creation, we have something called a hook. A hook. Within the first 5 seconds, in TikTok videos, within the first 3 seconds, you have to grab the attention of the audience. If you don't do that, you will scroll. Pirashantini, how many times have you been on TikTok? And if you didn't like the first 3 seconds of a video, you just scroll up. I hope these children are not on TikTok. Heshita, if you're on TikTok, I'm going to be very angry. Right? Delete TikTok if you have it. It kills your brain. Right? Unless you're a creator. If you're a creator, create as much as possible. Don't be a consumer. Only consume to research. Within the first 3 seconds, you have to grab people's attention. If I start one of my Facebook ads or one of my TikTok ads, and I say, hey guys, my name is Shashank Dias and I'm a public speaking trainer, and I'm very happy to announce you have already swiped through my ad. None of you are going to click it. None of you are going to join my webinar. I will have 0 participants in my webinar. 0. Right? How do I always start an ad? Most of you have seen my ad that says, are you afraid of public speaking? Boom! The moment you're scrolling, you see, oh, I am afraid of public speaking. I want to listen to what this guy has to say. That's why you click my ad. Correct? Some of you also saw the ad that says, join my free public speaking masterclass. You all thought, free, let me join. Because everybody loves free stuff. Do you get what I mean? You need to hook the audience. If you don't hook the audience from the very beginning, you will not have their attention. So when you're starting a speech, you have to hook the audience within the first 10 to 20 seconds. That's it. You have 20 seconds max to hook an audience. If you don't do it, then you're never going to be able to do it. Clear? So you have to be unique. These are my 4 best recommendations on how to start a speech. Are these the only 4 ways? No. There are many, many other ways. But these are my 4 best and easiest recommendations. Number 1, if you are starting a speech, you can start with a quote. A quote is a popular saying. Reading makes a full man. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. The pen is mightier than the sword. These are all quotes. You can start with a nice quote that relates to your speech that will immediately get people's attention. You do this before you say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You directly get on stage, very confidently you look at the audience and you say, when you walk up to opportunity's door, don't knock, kick it in, smile, and introduce yourself. Now people go, what? Whoa, what is he talking about? Let me listen. When you say good morning, everyone, it's like a tape recorder. People automatically, okay, he's also saying good morning. Okay. Let me be on my phone. Let me watch this cat dancing. Let me watch this baby squeaking. I care more about what is on my phone than listening to the guy on stage. Simple. Clear. So you have to do something a little different. You could start with a good morning, but maybe you make it different by being more energetic. Everyone is going to come and say, good morning, everyone. Today, you could be a little energetic. Hello, everyone. A very good morning to you. Boom, you get people's attention. The second best way is to start with a story. I told you, stories are the number one thing that catches people emotionally. So starting with a story immediately gets people's attention. If any of you watch Toastmaster speeches online, most of them, 90% of them start with a story. This is probably the best way to start a speech, guaranteed way to hook the audience, but very risky. Because if you crack a joke, now even throughout this session, I have cracked, or what I have tried to do is crack multiple jokes. I can see some people go, when I crack a joke, which is good. Then I feel confident. But I also see some people do this. Right? If I was not a seasoned speaker, if I was just starting out, when I was 19 years old, and if I cracked a joke on stage and people didn't laugh, I would have probably started crying. Right? It's scary. When you crack a joke and no one laughs, it can be very scary. So a joke is a fantastic way to hook an audience. The audience will love you if you are a funny guy or girl, but it's risky. So you have to use it carefully. This is probably one of the best ways to engage an audience. I use this all the time. You ask the audience questions. There are two types of questions. One is a rhetorical question. A rhetorical question is where you ask the audience a question, but you don't expect an answer. For example, I could say, did you know that 90% of people are scared of speaking in front of an audience across the world? Do you know? I'm not expecting you to answer. I just want you to think. Is that clear? That is called a rhetorical question. Then we also have direct questions, which is what I have been asking most of you today. I want you to give an answer. I want you to give an answer to the question. Either raise your hand or say yes or say no. Or give me an answer. For example, I asked you, would you go to Dhammika Perra or Kasun Perra? Everybody said Dhammika Perra. Clear? Those are called direct questions that will immediately engage an audience. Clear? So these are 4 of my best recommendations as to how you can start a speech. Then you go into your body. In your body, you need to have 2 things. Number 1, pathos and logos. Pathos is what? Stories. In the body of your speech, in the content of your speech, if you don't have stories, then you don't have a speech. Very simple. All right, Amina, if you don't have stories, you don't have a speech. So either you can use popular stories or you can use personal or known experiences. You can share these experiences in the body of your speech to make it sound interesting. Throughout this session, I have used multiple stories to engage all of you and keep you to the end of this session. If I didn't say a single story, and if I was just reading off the slide deck or giving you facts or points, Jeremy, you would have fallen asleep. It's 8:35 in the night. You're sleepy, you're tired, you're hungry, right? It's not a good time to be learning, right? And if I didn't tell you stories, it's impossible to keep an audience engaged. Okay. Outside of your stories, you also need to support your ideas, support your points with your facts, your figures, your additional details, your data. All of these good things need to be included in your speech. And finally, you conclude your speech by summarizing your points. Whatever points you used in the body of your speech, you summarize it, you give your final thoughts and opinions, and then you have a concluding sentence to wrap up your speech. You start with an introduction, you hook the audience, then you greet them, then you go into the body. In the body, you need to have stories, facts, and data, and then you have the conclusion. If you can remember this 4-point structure, you will never need to learn another structure for public speaking, speech delivery ever again in your life. Write it down, watch the recording again, but trust me, this is the best structure that you will ever learn. All right.
Hi, I'm Nishani Vimala Surya. I'm a teacher of English. I have had many years of experience as a teacher, but I have always had this scare for stage fright. So I decided to join the Success Academy to do public speaking. And what do you know? Here I am, standing here in front of you, speaking. I never thought this is like a dream come true for me. I have developed my confidence, but you need to remember, you need to practice. That's the main thing that Shashank keeps on saying. And I think, and you should practice. So if you feel you have been under a rock, come join. And you see a difference and make a difference in your life. Thank you.
Guys, Nishani was an English teacher for 27 years. Do you know why she joined my classes? Because she wanted to gain confidence to deliver the toast at her daughter's wedding. This is the kind of story I love, right? You would think an English teacher of 27 years would have no problem speaking in front of a crowd, but she used to tell me that whenever she sees a group of adults, I actually used this same teacher example in the free session that she was in. And when I use that example is when she joined my class, right? And after our sessions ended, she was successfully able to deliver the toast at her daughter's wedding, which was a very, very beautiful story, a very beautiful testimonial. All right. Okay. So guys, I'm going to outline the 5 things. If you can fix these 5 things, this is all you need to fix. Pirashantini, this is all you need to fix if you want to become a confident speaker. Can you say yes if this is a problem that you have? Can you say yes in the chat box if this is a problem that you have? Are you scared? Are you nervous? Are you shy? Are you worried about other people's opinions? Can you say yes if you are scared, if you are nervous? Guys, you have to understand. This is the biggest stupidity that you do to yourself. We should never, ever, ever be scared about what other people have to say. We should never worry about other people's opinions, because at the end of the day, if we know we have put in enough work, if we know we have put in enough preparation, and we are doing the best that we can, who cares what other people have to say? Right? I don't know how many of you are on social media and follow my channel. Guys, when we blew up on TikTok, there were so many videos. I'm a teacher. All I do is teach online. And I got so much hate for some of the videos that I used to put out on social media. In fact, one of the videos that are on my channel right now has more than 400 plus comments of people scolding one of the people or one of the students that I had a podcast with. It's crazy. But does that student care? Absolutely not. He's from Jaffna, one of the most talented students I have ever had. And he speaks so well in English. And people are scolding him because he has a little accent when he speaks, a little foreign accent. He's a Tamil student. So he can't speak. English is not his mother tongue. So he has a little accent when he speaks in English. But from the time he started the class to the time he ended, he spoke so well. You should watch his video. So well. And people make fun of his accent. But who cares? Because that video went viral, our channel blew up by so much. We got more than, I think, 15 or 16 sales from just that video alone. Right? It's one of my best performing videos. The student is happy, I am happy, and people are just wasting their time scolding and commenting. But you have to understand this. You can't just build your confidence. Practice builds competence, and competence builds confidence. I want you to write this down. Practice builds competence, and competence builds confidence. If you don't practice, if I go and push you into a swimming pool, into the deep end, and you have never practiced swimming a day in your life, you will drown. No amount of confidence in your brain can save you. Malinda, you might believe you're the best swimmer in the world. But if you have never practiced swimming, you have read all the books on swimming, you know exactly how to take your hand up, when to turn your head, how many angle, what degree you have to turn your head, but you have never practiced even one day. Will you drown or not? You will die. Death. That's it. Nobody can save you. You will die. But if you practice again and again and again and again for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 10 months, 1 year, 3 years, now anybody can push you to a swimming pool. You have the competence to do well. If you are competent, you are confident. How do I speak this confidently? About guaranteeing results in public speaking training. Because I have practiced my skill, I have built up a competency in my skill, therefore I have confidence. That's what I do to all of my students. I don't have a magic pill, I don't have a magic solution to help you speak better. If that's what you're looking for, some people say, sir, I'm going abroad next week, I have 5 days, can you improve my English? I can't do that. Nobody can improve English in 5 days. That's why I have a 4-month training program. It's realistic, it's practical, and all I do is I get you to practice, I get you to speak. In every class, you get to speak. Out of the class, I give you homework to practice. Once you have practiced 50 times, 60 times, 70 times, you become competent. When you are competent, you become confident. This is a mistake a lot of people make. When they get in front of an audience, they read. They look at the book or they look at the paper. They never look up at the audience. If you are reading instead of speaking, you're not delivering a great speech. So proper preparation and having a clear idea of speech structure will help you speak better. Oh, guys, this is the biggest mistake people make when they speak in front of an audience, right? Whether they speak in English or whether they speak in Sinhala, this is the biggest mistake people make. You have more ers and ums in your speech than actual words. Using fillers is the biggest hindrance that keeps you back from sounding like a professional, from sounding like a confident speaker. Instead of saying for example, you could say, my name is Shashan, and I went to St. Peter's College, and now I work as a public speaking trainer. You sound nervous, you sound bad, you don't sound great. But you could also say, hey everyone, my name is Shashan. I went to St. Peter's College, and currently I'm working as a public speaking trainer. You still get stuck. Getting stuck is normal. Getting stuck is fine. Everybody gets stuck when they speak, including me. But instead of filling that gap with if you just pause, you will be far more fluent. You will sound far more confident, far more professional to an audience. I don't even need to talk about this, guys. You know that if someone doesn't have good energy, if they don't have good vocal variations, they sound boring. So many of you at office meetings, at office gatherings, at functions, you speak in the same tone. And that same tone makes people want to sleep when you speak. If you don't want people to fall asleep when you speak, you need to have a change in your pitch, your power, your pace, your pauses. I will teach you how to fix all of this in my program. And finally, you need to have facial expressions, body language, correct hand gestures. Most people keep their hands here, behind their back, like they're going to prison when they speak. Right? Sometimes I have seen, even in school, you are taught to speak like this. This is horrible. Right? How do you fix your body language? How do you look confident? How do you show this on your face? You need to know all of these things. So guys, here are the 5 biggest mistakes. If you can fix these 5, if you stop worrying, this is number 1. If you can get rid of this, all of this anyway falls into place. If you are not scared about other people's opinions, if you stop reading and start speaking, if you get rid of your fillers, if you include vocal variations, if you have good body language and facial expressions, you will be the best speaker that you can ever be, right? Guys, I want you to say yes if you think that these are the only 5 things you need to fix if you want to be a better speaker. I want you to say yes in the chat box if you think that you'll be a great speaker if you can fix these 5 things. I want you to say yes. I want you to say yes. I want you to say yes, yes, yes if you believe that you can be the best speaker if you can fix these 5 things. That's it. That's it. Guys, I could have just done this webinar just like a YouTube video, shared this and gone home, but that's not what I'm here for. So I have a very special offer for anyone that wants to train with me, for anyone that wants to change their life, for anyone that wants to be a confident speaker. I have a very special offer. So I want you to say yes if you're going to stay for the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'll be done in the next 15 minutes. That's it. I'm not going to take more time. In 15 minutes, I'm going to tell you what my offer is. If you want to change your life, if you want to be a good speaker, I want you to join with my 4-month public speaking training program.
Hi, I am Fazrina Fazin. I joined the Success Academic class because I want to improve my speaking. It didn't only improve my speaking, it made me confident and I have a clarity about what I am talking about. So I recommend all of you to join this because it changed a lot in me. I am a confident speaker now. So you all can join her. Thank you.
Guys, this is my 4-month public speaking coaching program. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have a goal of becoming a confident speaker, I guarantee I can help take you there. This is my course structure. I start first by teaching you how to structure a speech. Okay? I start by teaching you how to structure a speech. Then we talk about social speeches and the different types of speeches, how to deliver a toast, how to deliver a thank you speech. We talk about the different types of speeches. Okay. So first, I fix your structure. Then I talk about body language. How can you look confident? Your hands, your facial expressions, your hand gestures. How can you fix all of these things to become a better speaker? I'm going to talk about that in the next session. Then your voice. Without this instrument, without using this properly, you can never be a confident speaker. Most people sound the same. If you want to sound different, I teach you how to do that. Then I show you how you can get rid of your fillers. How can you get rid of this? Guys, I told you I did theater. So I like to incorporate a little bit of theatrics, a little bit of drama, poetry, reading into my training program. It's going to be very interesting. It's something no other trainer in Sri Lanka does. So it's going to be something unique, something fun, something fantastic, and it will help you be more energetic, bring out more energy when you speak. We are going to talk about doing presentations. How do you deliver a good presentation? How you can use Claude, ChatGPT, Notebook LM, Google AI Studio to create good presentations. And how can you then deliver those presentations well? We're going to look at how you can face an interview properly. Some of you have to face interviews, you have to speak at interviews, you have to conduct interviews. We are going to look at how to do interviews well. This is a session that takes most people by surprise. How to breathe properly. Breathing affects so many components of our life. That's why people go to do yoga, meditation. It's all about breathing. In order to speak well, you need to know how to breathe well. And I do a session specifically for that. Week 10 is going to be how you can speak without prior preparation, impromptu speaking. Spontaneously, in that moment, how can you speak in English? Week 11 is building clarity of speech, your pronunciation, your articulation, enunciation. We are going to do tongue twisters, help you build better articulation. How to engage an audience. How can you ask questions? What are the tips, tricks, techniques to grab the attention and hold the attention of an audience? Week 13 is critical listening and feedback. Week 14, I'm going to show you how you can become the best version of yourself. How you can build a personal brand. I told you, Anura Kumara is known for getting rid of corruption. That's his slogan. Ranil Wickramasinghe is known as the economics, the finance, the brains in Sri Lankan politics. Mahinda Rajapaksa, security, get rid of war. So what is your brand? What are you going to be known for? How do you build a personal brand? I'm going to talk about this. Week 15, you're going to have an assessment, and week 16 is going to be your final assessment. Sorry, guys. During all of these weeks, you are going to get the chance to practice, speak in the class, and also I'm going to give you work to do at home. Guys, you get 16 live coaching sessions with me. I have an assistant as well. So you're going to get 16 live coaching sessions, right? Now, usually a program like this would cost 100,000, 200,000, 250,000 rupees. But I have a really great offer for you today. When you complete my program, you also directly get to sit for a diploma qualification. Most people choose not to go with this option because most people come just to improve their communication skills, not to get a qualification. But sometimes there are teachers here, there are educators here that want to get qualified. Maybe you're in the corporate sector and you want to get qualified. If that is you, we offer a diploma in professional public speaking. You don't have to go for any other courses. You complete my 16 weeks and directly you can go for the exam. I give you personal coaching for this as well for free, right? Only for the diploma you will have to pay. I also go through your recordings. I give you personal feedback in every class. If you have any questions, if you have any speeches or presentations you have to deliver, I personally go through them. I help you put them together. And I help you prepare for any speech you have to deliver in your workplace, in your club, in your day-to-day life, right? Usually our program price is 59,900, but for you here today, I have a very special offer, 33,900 rupees one-time payment for 4 months. For all the 4 months, for all my 16 classes, if you pay within the next 2 or 3 days, within the next 4 days, it's going to be 33,900, right? Guys, we have very limited spots because, like I said, I already have a group of students who have registered for the batch that is starting next week. I just have very few spots available. So it's a first come, first served basis. Sometimes students tell me, sir, can I pay next week or week after? You can, but I can't guarantee a spot in this batch that I'm going to start. Clear? You can reserve a spot maybe for a later time. That's what some students who don't have the finances right now, that's what they do. So this is the most feasible option for everybody. This is the most cost-effective option. If not, you can also make 2 payments of 19,500. If you don't have 33,900 right now, you want to make a part payment, you can make 19,500 into 2. Clear? I also have some very exclusive bonuses that no one else offers. Guys, no other public speaking program in the country offers some of these bonuses. All right, I'll tell you which ones. The first one is that I only take 20 students per batch. Actually, this time we have taken 25 students per batch because we had so many early bird inquiries and I had to open up some slots for this webinar, right? So we only take 25 students, and the reason I only take 25 students is because I want to give each student, Pirashantini, if you join my course, I give you personalized attention. What does that mean? I give you the chance to speak in every class. I give you a feedback in every class. I don't just tell you, okay, practice at home and come. No, I speak to you in every class personally, and I give you a feedback personally. Do you understand? I also get you to practice at home. I go through some of your recordings. I give you feedback. So each student who joins my program gets personalized attention, not just group attention, Nandan Lal, personalized attention. This is something no one has. Guys, we have the biggest public speaking podcast, the biggest public speaking YouTube channel in Sri Lanka. There is no other public speaking trainer that has the following that we do on YouTube. Clear? And I have a podcast where I get you to speak in front of the camera. I get you to speak. This is if you want to. I invite everybody. Some people say they don't want to be seen publicly. That's fine because of their position. Some of them are directors, CEOs of companies, so they don't want to be seen. But for anyone that wants to take this opportunity, I give you the chance to speak on my TSA podcast, on the Success Podcast. A lot of you have seen my YouTube channel. You know what my podcast is about. I give the opportunity to all my students to come and speak. Guys, especially in my physical classes, you get to build a good network. We have senior doctors, engineers, CEOs, directors, entrepreneurs, top-level businessmen who come for our classes. Especially the physical class, you have so many benefits of networking with people. People have got jobs, internships, they have made job transfers because of people they've met in our classes. Clear? It's a very good network to be around. We attract a very quality audience, a very quality group of students, and it's fantastic to be around them. Okay. If you want to get qualified in this space, we offer qualifications. We actually offer diploma qualification. Like I said, usually they charge 50,000 rupees for the course fee for this. But we are not charging you that. Like I said, we're only charging you 33,900 for our course. And for the exam, usually again, they charge 50,000 separately. So in total, it's 100,000 for the whole diploma. But for our students, you only have to pay 25,000. There's a 50% deduction or discount when you want to sit for the diploma. Okay, this you can decide whether you want to do it or not later. I'm also developing a personalized AI coach where even at home, you can practice speaking with this coach for free. We are still in the development process for this AI tool. The moment this is done, I'll be releasing it to all my students, and you will be able to practice your speeches. You will be able to practice speaking, your communication, your day-to-day conversations, your meetings with your personalized AI.
Hi, I'm Asanka Tilakaratna from the Success Academy's public speaking class. Actually, I recommend this masterclass because if you are willing to develop your public speaking skills, this is the best place. This is because of 3 reasons. First thing is you will get a toolkit to make your public speaking successful. The second one, the trainer is a very friendly person. He will be a good friend for you to critique your performance. The third one is, in my journey, I have experienced the improvement in my speeches. So that's why I encourage you to join this masterclass and build your confidence. Thank you.
So if you want to improve your... All right. Okay, can I know how many of you are interested in signing up to my program? Can you say yes in the chat box if you are interested, if you really want to change your life, if you want to make a difference, if you want to become a confident, better speaker? Can you say yes in the chat box? Great. Guys, if you are saying yes, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a photo of this page. I want you to take a screenshot of this page, and I want you to send it on the WhatsApp group. All of you are in one WhatsApp group. I want you to send it to the WhatsApp group. Guys, sometimes students send us messages personally. Please don't do that because we miss those messages. We get so many inquiries. We get so many messages. We can't respond to everyone unless it is on the group. My coordinator or myself will reach out to you personally and get you to make the payment. We'll send you the payment details on the group. For my online batch, we are starting on the 26th of August. That is next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Guys, slots are limited, heavily limited for the online batch. It's a first come, first served basis. I think we have about 7 spots remaining. Out of the 25, we have only 7 spots remaining. You need to pay and register today or tomorrow latest if you want to sign up for the online classes. Online classes are going to be held every Wednesday from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Sri Lankan time. 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Sri Lankan time. So if you want to join our online classes, please send a screenshot, a photo of this page onto the WhatsApp group and say online. Send your name and say online. You need to pay ASAP, otherwise we cannot register you for the August batch. Okay, we cannot register you for the August batch unless you pay by tomorrow, maximum day after tomorrow. We might have some spots, but that's it. Clear? The moment registrations are closed, we are going to stop taking in new inquiries for the August batch. Payment details will be sent on the group right now by my coordinator. He's going to send the payment details on the group, my bank details on the group. You can immediately pay, sign up, confirm your spot for the online program. Guys, physical classes, we have an ongoing program. We are starting a new batch of students on the 23rd of August. That is this Sunday. Anyone that lives around Colombo, I highly recommend you come for my physical classes. Physical classes are a great place to build a good network. We have such a great, amazing group of students. When I say students, all of these guys are doctors, engineers, businessmen, entrepreneurs, CEOs of companies, directors of companies, managers, senior managers. It's a very, very, very quality crowd. Very quality crowd, right? So if you want to build a good network, if you want to get to know better people, this is definitely the place you have to come. So if you want to join my physical classes, guys, physical, of course, we have about 10-15 spots remaining. Here we take a little more than 25 students because we have so many group activities. We have speaking sessions. We have workshops that we conduct. Physical classes are really fun, right? So if you want to join my physical classes, take a screenshot, send your name and say physical and send it on the WhatsApp group. Okay, take a screenshot of this page now. Take a photo of this page now. Guys, I told you, most of you, when you join the session, you are motivated. You have a purpose, you have a goal. Trust me, by tomorrow, by day after tomorrow, your motivation is going to drop. All your problems, all your stressors, Pirashantini, all your children's problems, mother's problem, father's problem, work problem, boss's problem, everything is going to come to your head tomorrow. So don't wait till tomorrow. You have made a decision, you have made a choice. Sign up to my program today. Today. Clear? That's when you know you have made a commitment. Because trust me, if you join my program, I will not let you go. I will not let you go until you become the best speaker that you can be. I will push you, I will scold you, I will motivate you, and I will encourage you to become the best speaker you can be. Because I know that I can guarantee that you will become a great speaker. I know the method, I know the system, and I will show you and guide you step by step on how to achieve this goal. Clear? So if you said yes in the chat box, take a screenshot, take a photo of this page and send it on the WhatsApp group now. Send it on the WhatsApp group now. Make the payment, confirm your spot. Guys, physical classes, you can pay within the next 4 days. That's fine, right? If you're coming this Sunday, that's the 23rd of August. That's when we are starting the class. You need to pay before the 23rd and come. Online, like I told you, we have only about 7 spots. We cannot take more students because already we have about 17 students, 18 students actually, who have paid and registered. Paid and registered. I have never kept spots for anybody, right? All of these 18 students have paid and registered. So I have 7 more spots for my online class. You need to pay today, you need to pay tomorrow and confirm your registration. For the physical class, you need to pay before Sunday and confirm your registration. And I'll see you all in the physical class or in the online class with the intention of improving your public speaking skills. Guys, if you thought this webinar was useful to you, was valuable to you, I want to know your feedback in the WhatsApp group. Some of y'all have asked about the physical location. Guys, it's CIPM Narahempita. Just send the screenshot. My coordinator will send you all the details. My coordinator will send you all the details. Physical class location is CIPM Narahempita. You can search this on Google, CIPM Narahempita. So if you live around Colombo, if you live in Vellavatta, Bambalapitiya, Dehiwala, Ratmalana, Galkissa, where, Piliyandala, Moratuwa, Battaramulla, Rajagiriya, all of these areas, Maradana, Kalpiti, all of these areas, you can join my physical class. Fantastic class. It's the best physical class you can join. It's not like Toastmasters. It's better than Toastmasters. It's the best public speaking experience that you can get. Clear? You get to do so many things, group activities, speaking activities. We have workshops, we have events. It's just a fun place to be. Right? Online classes are for those that live a little far, that want to genuinely improve their communication skills. The online class, especially for people living abroad. We have a lot of people joining from Australia. We have a lot of people joining from Canada, Dubai, Belarus. I have a student from Seychelles, Maldives, Bangladesh. We have so many foreign students. When I say foreign students, it's Sri Lankan students living in those different countries, right? So if you are interested, Nandalal, if you are interested in joining my program, I hope it's clear what you have to do. Take a screenshot, take a photo of this page and send it on the WhatsApp group now with your name and whether you want to join my online or physical class. Do you have any other questions before I conclude the session today? The learning content is not the same in online and physical. Online is what I showed you. Online program follows those exact same 16 sessions that I showed you. Physical is a little different. I cover the same content, but there are so many different activities that we do in the physical session. Because sometimes, it's a little different. In the physical session, you guys are all there physically. I can get you to do so many different things, whether you like it or not, in the physical session. Online, sometimes, Jerome, if you want, you can switch off your camera. You can lie to me and say, I'm busy, I'm stressed, and you cannot join. Right? But in the physical class, you can't do that. Whether you like it or not, you have to speak. Whether you like it or not, you have to take part in the activities. It's really fun. It's honestly, I just enjoy doing it. And the students enjoy coming. Our students, even after their 4 months end, they pay for another 4 months and come just because it's really a fun place to be, right? So trust me, it's if you really want to make a difference in your life, because good communication is what holds so many people back from succeeding in their career, from succeeding in their life. So if you genuinely want to make a change, then I want you to join my program. All right. If you thought this webinar was valuable to you, if you thought this session was valuable to you, I want you to send me a message on the WhatsApp group saying, thank you, this was a great session, whatever. However it impacted you, I want to know. If you thought we can improve, if you thought we were not that great, I want to know that too. So send me your negative, your criticism in the WhatsApp group as well. So that way, next time we do it, we can improve, right? Some people are asking when the next batch is starting. Guys, we haven't decided a date yet, but honestly, I feel like we might start sometime in September, because this batch is going to fill out really fast. Like I said, I have only 7 spots for my online program. So the moment these 7 spots fill out, I will close this registration and I will think about the next batch. I haven't confirmed the date yet. I don't know. The moment we close registrations for August, I will send a message on your WhatsApp group telling you what day we are starting the new batch. Okay, so Amina, don't worry. Minhas, don't worry. If you guys are interested, please send the screenshot onto the WhatsApp group. That way my coordinator can be in touch with you and let you know when the next program will start. Okay. But if you want to join now, guys, if you join in August, you will be done. September, October, November. By December, you will be done. Which means you go into the new year as a different person. Senaratna, you understand? As a changed person. You're not going into 2027 as the same Senaratna you were in 2026. You're going to go as a different person, a more confident person, a more assertive person. Clear? If that's what you want to be, if that's who you want to be, send me a photo on the WhatsApp group, make the payment today, and sign up to my program. Very simple, very clear. All right. Guys, with that, I'm done with the session today. If you have any other questions, you can let me know. Let me know your feedback on the WhatsApp group. To everyone that's going to join my program, I'm really looking forward to seeing you all in person. I'm really looking forward to having a good conversation with you on my online class or in my physical class. And to everyone that's not going to take this next step, guys, I wish you all the very best. I want you to do well. I love the people in this country. I really love this country, and I want everybody to do really well. Good luck. God bless you. And I will see you hopefully next week. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. We're the fastest growing public speaking YouTube channel in Sri Lanka. So I want you to comment. I want you to subscribe to my channel. It's Sheshan Dias on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys on my YouTube page or in my classes. See you guys. Have a great one. Good night.